today I decided to do an eyebrow tutorial for you guys. Eyebrows have been such a crazy experience to me. I've had lots of ups and downs in the eyebrows, and I know many of you can relate. If you can't, then good for you. Personally, I have had a lot of trouble doing my eyebrows, and still to this day I still have trouble making getting them even and getting them the right color. But it just takes time and practice. So if you want to see how I did my eyebrows today, just keep on watching. So every single day right before I do my eyebrows, I go ahead and comb them through. Today I'm using an e.l.f. Duo pencil and brush. This is like $2 and it works really well. One side has a spoolie and the other side is like a pencil. I use this only sometimes just to fill in sparse areas, but I mostly use this product just for the spoolie side. There are several products that one can use for their eyebrows. There's pomade, pencil, powder, and then I heard there's like brow cushion as well. Personally, I love using pomades. Today I'll be going in with the Anastasia Brow Dip Pomade in Soft Brown. This product is one of my favorite products to do my eyebrows. When I first started doing my eyebrows, I used to go on and off, or I used to actually start with just powders, and then I really wanted to invest in a new product, so I heard a lot about the Anastasia Dipbrow, and I think I'm on my third one. It's like the best product ever for your eyebrows. If you like a more natural look, I would say go ahead with a powder or a pencil, but personally, I usually, every single day I'll go in with the pomade. Over time, pomades usually dry out, which is completely normal. So every single day before I do my eyebrows, I like to go ahead and put some vitamin E oil on my hand and run my brush through it. Today I'll be using the Trader Joe's vitamin E oil. This stuff is amazing and it makes my hands so soft. So I just go ahead and put a dot of it on my hand, and then I just run my brush through it. Today I'll be using just a small brow brush from the Anastasia Brow Kit. And then I just run my brush through the oil so that when I go into the pomade, it'll just be much easier to work with as it gets softer if it is dried out. After I'm done running my brush through the vitamin E oil, I just go ahead and run my brush through the pomade. I'm running really low on this pomade, so I'll have to go buy a new one, but I'm just trying to use up all of the product that I can before diving into a new one. But I just like to run my brush through the pomade and like to just get the tip of the brush just saturated with the product. And then I like to go ahead and brush my eyebrows upwards. Some people like to start with the top of their eyebrow. Personally, I like to start at the bottom. So I just brush my eyebrows upwards. Personally, I like drawing my eyebrows a little bit closer together. So I always start right about here. And sometimes I start right about here and then I just draw to the end of the brow. My eyebrows are very sparse. So you always want to make sure that you're starting with a really light hand because this product does go a long way and it is very pigmented. Personally, eyebrows, oh my gosh, they have been a tough journey for me. I have gone through so many different phases with my eyebrows. It took me almost, I think, 4 years to finally get them the shape that I actually like and the way that they're filled in. Some days it's truly hard to get them filled in. It just takes time and practice and patience. I think that's one of the most important things about filling in your eyebrows. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more vitamin E oil on my hand, run my brush through the oil, and then I'm gonna dip back into the pomade. So this is the start of the brow. So after I'm done with outlining the bottom portion, I just like to run my brush upwards and just try to fill in the products through my brows. So at this point, I'm mostly done with my eyebrow. I'm going to go ahead and touch up with concealer. So I just like to brush my brows upwards again. And then I'll take a brush similar to the one that I used before. This is just a brush from Amazon, so it has that like angled tip to it. And then I like to, you can use any concealer for this. Today I'll be using the Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline in 15 Fair. And I'll just place a dot of that on my hand and then run the angled side. You can use any angled brush, truly, and run the product through the brush and just outline and fix any mistakes that I may have made when I was doing my eyebrows. Personally, this has changed the way that my eyebrows looked. I don't think when I first started doing my eyebrows, I probably started maybe 7th or 8th grade. They did not look good. And then throughout high school, my eyebrows have been through so much and I didn't realize it. I thought they looked really good. And now whenever I do my eyebrows, I'm like, oh, I think they look really good. But now that I'm looking back through the photos, when I'm looking at these photos, I remember saying that the eyebrows looked good when looking back, they really, oh my gosh, they were awful. And then I just bring the product downwards and just kind of blend that in, especially if I'm doing eyeshadow. This creates like a nice base. And then of course, to make sure my eyebrows don't move around throughout the day, I'm going to go ahead and go in with an eyebrow gel. Today I'll be using the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. Personally, this is not my favorite. I've only used 2. The one that I first started using was a sample that I got from Ulta, and that was the best eyebrow gel I've ever used. Unfortunately, they do not sell this product anymore, so I decided to try this NYX one. I don't really know. I just feel like it's not really doing anything for my eyebrows. Or I guess it didn't do as much as the sample one that I got from Ulta. I'm just really sad. But this one does the job. And then, let's see, one thing that I'm missing as well, if I turn my head, I always missed this when I was starting to do my eyebrows. It's like a stub at the end. I always like take my finger or a brush and make sure that my eyebrow has a point at the very end. And this is just a simple fix that you can use your fingers with even. Just to make sure that your eyebrows are nice and precise. So as you guys can see, this is the filled-in brow. This brow has no product on it. As you can see, there's a huge difference when I'm filling in my eyebrows. I think there personally is a huge difference. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, if there's one thing that I could only leave the house with, that would be my eyebrows. I could skip foundation, concealer, eyeliner, eyelashes. I leave my house every single day with my eyebrows done. So I just went ahead and did my other eyebrow off camera. As you can see, this is what my eyebrows look like, both filled in with the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in soft brown. And I feel like you just have to experiment and see what works for you. Personally, I love pomades, but the next person, you know, could like powder. So it's up to you. I definitely just reach out. You can always start at the drugstore. Like e.l.f. has great brow products. Personally, I love the Dipbrow from Anastasia Pomade. It's a little bit on the expensive side. It retails for $18 right now, but personally I think it's so worth it. I've used this product for about 6 months, so I only have to repurchase this every 6 months, so it's around $36 for a year. So I think this is a great product for your eyebrows. But if you just want to start, I would definitely recommend powders. That's what I started with. I actually started with just like an eyeshadow kit. I just used that to fill in my eyebrows. And then as I got to learn more about how to do my eyebrows and what worked best for me, then I was able to settle down and figure out, okay, you know, this is what works and this is what doesn't. And not everything that works for me would work for you. So definitely go out and experiment just doing your eyebrows. I think, like I said earlier, it does take time. It does take time to practice. Mine definitely probably don't even look exactly the same. And that's just, you know, a part of doing your eyebrows. They may not always look perfect and the same. And that's just what I had to learn. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any recommendations of another video that you'd like to see me create, I was thinking about doing a room tour or a review on the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. So let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well. If you aren't following me on Instagram, please do so. My username is the same as my channel name, which is RTGata, and I would really appreciate if you'd follow me on there as well. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!